what if you could go back in time and invest in a company like Apple, Amazon, or even Tesla? Would you do it, and how much would you invest? There's some interesting stuff happening right now, and on April 14th, you might have the chance and the opportunity to invest in one of these hyper growth companies. And the company I'm talking about is Coinbase. So they're going to be having a direct listing, which is going to be happening on April 14th. And I am extremely excited about this. I'm going to personally be investing quite a bit of money in this direct listing because they have a lot of big strengths going for them. And in this video, I'm going to discuss some of the top reasons of why you should consider investing in Coinbase come April 14th. And we're getting started right now. Hey everyone, so I was looking at my YouTube analytics and I noticed that a big portion of people aren't subscribed. So if you have a second, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button just down here, click that, and then click that bell notification icon to turn on all notifications. Now, before we start this video off, I want to preference this is not financial advice. I'm just some guy on YouTuber. Make sure you perform your own due diligence and research before taking any financial decisions. So invest carefully, people. This is not financial advice. So starting off, what exactly is Coinbase? So if you're familiar with Robinhood, Webull, Charles Schwab Investing, any of those big investment companies, Coinbase is very similar to that, but just for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you can buy multiple different types of cryptocurrencies through their exchange. It's one of the largest exchanges in the world, and I found a very interesting comparison, the amount of assets under management. For example, Robinhood has around 20 billion, but Coinbase has more than 90 billion assets under management. And I thought that number was just astounding. They've really just gone ahead, really taking the lead for having the first mover advantage, for having a huge portion of the market share. So I personally use Coinbase, and if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll give you free Bitcoin for everyone who stays to the end. So make sure you're going to stick around for that. So one of the things that I just want to share is I've used Coinbase a lot, and it's such a great user interface. It's really easy to get started. It's simple to figure out. There's not a steep learning curve. A lot of people in the crypto space might not love Coinbase because the fees are a little bit higher, but because the ease of use, because of how simple it is, because I'm able to not have to waste a lot of time, I think these fees are well justified. And I think it's essential for cryptocurrency to become more mainstream is they need exchanges like this where somebody in their 50s or 60s or even above isn't as technical savvy, is able to use this interface and figure it out. So Coinbase is a necessary platform, and they're going to really be an interesting company to potentially invest in into 2021 and beyond. And another thing that I absolutely love about Coinbase is a lot of people talk about this digital gold rush, and the miners during the gold rush, most of them did not get any wealth. They didn't find any gold. And I think the big analogy is during the gold rush, you want to be selling the shovels and not looking for gold. And this is that exact scenario where Coinbase is selling the shovels. Coinbase is helping people buy and sell cryptocurrency, and essentially they're making a lot of money along the way, but it's in a way that's a win-win for both sides because of the really easy user interface, because of their great features and their apps, and also their security. They are kind of one of the first crypto exchanges to go mainstream, to really kind of follow the books, go through a lot of this red tape. And I really think they're paving the way for cryptocurrency to really kind of push ahead. So I'm very excited about the Coinbase IPO. And I just wanted to share a few other statistics with you, and I'll go ahead and try to link all ththese articles I discussed below in the description. I found this absolutely mind-boggling. In 2020, Coinbase had around $1.3 billion in revenue in 2020, but in 2021, Q1 alone had more than $1.8 billion just in Q1. So it just goes to show how fast this company is growing, and their profit margins are crazy high because they don't really need a lot. They're not selling any physical goods. They're selling digital services, which have very high profit margins. So they're going to be making a ton of money on this, on that $1.8 billion compared to a lot of other companies. And again, I almost think this is kind of like all these other big tech startups like Apple, like Uber, where they're not actually necessarily selling a physical item, they're selling a service. and they've really created a competitive advantage over other services. So they've got a ton of different users. They've got more than 56 million users. Their monthly transacting users is around 6.1 million. So that's people that are actively trading every month. And the assets under management, 90 billion for Coinbase. The second biggest competitor is Binance, which is 35 billion. Another big one is Kraken, which is 2 billion. And then comparatively is Robinhood, which they offer some crypto and mostly stocks, though. I believe when you buy through Robinhood, you don't actually own the crypto. You're essentially just renting it, and they're holding it on your behalf. Where you buy through Coinbase, you actually do own the keys. You own the crypto. You can move it off the platform. And one thing I want to say is I don't recommend storing your crypto on any exchanges. I think it's probably safe to have a few $1,000s, but anything more than that, it's probably best to go ahead and move that into a cold storage wallet like a Ledger Nano or a Treasure. So just a few last things to note. I found that the profit margins for Coinbase are going to be around 30%, which is astounding. That's such a big number of profit. And I think that over time, they're going to even increase this because a big portion of that is probably being reinvested into the company for growth, for marketing, and for expanding that user base and just maintaining servers and stuff like that. And one of the last things I want to note is I love the stock ticker COIN. There's a lot of data behind people just essentially buying stock tickers based on how cool they sound. The stock ticker does actually matter. It has a psychological impact on people investing in it. And I love the COIN stock ticker. And again, mark your calendars for April 14th. You're going to want to grab this early because I think this is really going to boost in price. And last thing to note is they haven't publicly announced how much one share is going to cost. I think it's probably going to be around $100 per share, but we'll have to wait and find out. Again, I'm curious to see, if you're watching this video, leave a comment below. I'm curious to see what people think the stock price will be. A lot of people are coming out with predictions, but again, it really hasn't been determined yet. And I will definitely be grabbing some of this stock when it goes public on April 14th. Now, leave a comment below predicting what you think the stock price will go at. And if you're going to pick some up or not, let me know why. And I just wanted to add one more thing. If you stayed around this long, I'm going to put a link in the description on how you can get $10 in free Bitcoin from Coinbase and how you can get up to $250 in free Bitcoin. So make sure you find those links below. You're going to want to pick up that free Bitcoin today as soon as possible. And lastly, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing. I'm putting out 2 new videos every week, and make sure you turn on the bell notification icon to get alerted about each new video. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.